let's build a book tree together. I have to do some rearranging in this room because where I'm sitting, I kind of want my book tree to go here. So we're going to move the chair and then we're going to bring in all the books. Then we're going to build the book tree. This is not any book tree. This is going to be a book tree of all the books I've either DNF'd this year or have thought about decluttering from my bookshelves. So we're going to talk about all of them as I build the book tree and go through them together. So let's go. Okay, we have to move this chair here. So I'm pretty sure it's like light. So I think I can do it. Oh yeah. Okay, I kind of want it to be like centered and then we can put my book tree here. Cute. Step 1 done. Okay. That looks terrible, I think. Alright, we're in the little book corner. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I think I just need to move the chair all the way down. We're in the book corner. We're gonna start assembling the book tree. Have I done any prior thoughts to this? No. I have not thought about this once, except for like I've stacked the books together and that's it. So this might take some trial and error. I think you're still too close. I'm so sorry. There we go. That's a little bit better. You can now see the floor. So I think we're gonna start with hard covers. Okay, so the hard covers that we have the One of Us is Lying and One of Us is the Next duology. I did finish these. These are not DNFs. I read these back in like, I don't even know, 2021 maybe. And they're just not the prettiest covers. And they just take a lot of space on my bookshelf. And I just don't know if I'm ever going to reread them. So, I don't know. They're kind of nostalgic in a way, so I kind of want to keep them. I don't know. We will see. But I guess we'll just start putting them on the floor like this. I don't know. You'll see once we start building up. You'll see. The other hardback I have is The Air by Kira Cass. It's part of the Selection series. Back when I read the Selection series in middle school, I was like obsessed with it. So my parents got me like literally all of the books, like all the extra books and the original trilogy. And I still have the original trilogy and I reread it this year actually and still like it. But I've never read these. So I don't know if I ever will. So they're in this pile because I might get rid of them. I don't know. But this one's going to go at the bottom. Okay, next I'm just going to do like these like thick books that I have. So we have Divergent and the original After. Actually, this is not the original. This is like the movie cover. I used to have the other covers, but I sold them. So I have read this. I haven't read this. This is like my boyfriend's copy that he just gave me. So I just don't know if I'm ever going to read it. But I kind of want to keep it as like nostalgic. I can have like a whole nostalgic shelf. Put After on it. I don't know. I just don't have the room for that right now, so they've just been sitting on the floor in like a big pile. But these are going to go next. How do you do a book tree? Why do I not know? Why did I not do any research? I feel like that's good. Oh, I did have another hardback. This is a hardcover. Well, we'll just add it now. So this is Girl Stop Apologizing, a shame-free plan for embracing and achieving your goals. You can tell I was in a self-help mood when I bought this. Haven't read it yet. But I kind of feel like maybe we should do like a video of me reading self-help books. Or, I don't know. But it's going down here. Okay, now let's just do like the random books I haven't read. So I haven't read Nicholas Sparks' The Last Song. There's actually a funny story about why I bought this. So my boyfriend and I were like in this random bookstore like years ago trying to find a book he needed for school. And we couldn't find it. But there's like the sweetest old man like at the register and he was like so nice and he was like talking to us. And I felt bad like leaving without buying anything because it's like a small business bookstore. So like, I have to buy something. So I just saw like Nicholas Sparks' Last Song on the shelf and grabbed it. I was like, okay, I know. This was before I started reading again. So it's like, okay, I know Nicholas Sparks' Last Song. I liked the movie. So I bought the book, but I have not read it. But I don't regret that purchase because I supported his small business. Maybe we'll read it. I just don't know. It's so thick and I already know what happens. So I've like debated on giving it to like Goodwill or like a small library or something. I don't know. Maybe let me know if I should read it. How do you do it now? I guess we'll just go with one at a time. Okay, then I have Gingerbread by Helen. However you say that. I'm sorry, I don't want to butcher it. I didn't even buy this book. My sister bought this book, and then she was like, you might like it, and gave it to me. So I literally know nothing about it, and it's never stuck out to me. A bewitching novel about a surprising family legacy in which the inheritance is a recipe. I've literally never heard anybody talk about this book, so if you've read this book, please let me know. I don't know if I'll ever reach for ever read it over my other books I have on my TBR, so it's just been in this pile as like a maybe get rid of. Alright, and then we're just going to go ahead and add the other 2 selection series books. I've already explained these, so. Okay, and then next we have 2 random books. So first, it's this Made to Move Mountains, How God Uses Our Dreams and Disasters to Accomplish the Impossible. I bought this at Altered State. It was like on sale. I don't know why I bought it. To be fair, I bought it years ago. Never read it, and I don't think I ever will. I think someone could appreciate this more than me, so I think I will get rid of that after this. You can see it now. Oh my god, that's gonna be so puny. How do people make book trees? Like, am I dumb? Because it's just gonna be like 1, it's not gonna get bigger anymore. I'm gonna restart. I think this is wrong. I think I was supposed to make my base bigger. Like, I don't understand this part. I'm just gonna start guessing. But that's literally what I was just doing. This looks less stable. Whatever, I'm not. Okay, let's grab another. Hashtag Girl Boss by Sophia Emma Russo. Oh, is this the one who has that the clothing brand? Is this about the clothing brand? Oh, yes. It's about the founder of Nasty Gal and the CEO of Girl Boss. So I think I bought this because it's like a businessy book, and I still want to be my own boss, so I bought this. Haven't read it though, so who knows if I will, but I think it's probably good. I'd be probably interested. Okay, the next couple of books are all books I have read, I just didn't like. So first we have In 5 Years. First of all, I just have a bad memory of reading this book. I had COVID. I was sick in bed. I was literally feeling terrible, and I was just very sad. And then I read this book. And if you've read it, you would know why this did not help my emotions. And it's just, I literally felt empty after reading this book. Like, I still remember it because of how it ended. I was like, I don't even... It's just, I did not like it, and I know people do like it, but I just don't. And I liked the concept, like, let me just explain a little bit. So basically it's about this girl who wakes up and she's suddenly in a different apartment with a different ring on her finger and beside a very different man. So she spends exactly 1 hour, 5 years in the future before she wakes up again in her own home on the brink of midnight. And I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. She just, like, saw her future. And I wanted to understand how that played out. And it is cool. It's just how it played out. I was like, oh my god. I kind of want to reread it. Why do I kind of want to reread it? Maybe I should keep this and reread it. But I just remember I didn't like it at the end. But now I'm curious again. I don't know. We have Little Fires Everywhere, which I read and I watched the show too. And I liked the show. And I actually liked the book. So I don't really know why it's in this pile. I just don't think I'll ever reread it again. But I might. So I don't know why it's in this pile, to be honest. It wasn't even a bad book. I actually enjoyed this book. So don't know what that's about, but alright. Oh my god, this book, Genuine Fraud by E. Lockhart, the girl who wrote We Were Liars. This book's scary. It's scary. It's creepy, scary, and unsettling. If you want 3 words to describe this book, that's what it is. I'm pretty sure it's like told in like reverse. Let me see. Like, you find out something happens and then you just go backwards. I don't actually know. I can't really help you. But I remember I was confused and shocked and scared. And it was a lot. But if you like that. Okay, and then I don't even remember this book. Two Can Keep a Secret by Karen M. McManus, who is the author of The One of Us is Lying and One of Us is Dead. Or One of Us is Next books. I read it because she wrote those books. And this was like years ago when I read this. And I honestly don't remember it at all. I don't remember it. I just don't remember a single thing about this book. And I'm pretty sure I didn't like it. So it's in this pile. So, I don't know. Do with that what you will. Oh, my little tree. Is this stupid? Is this whole idea stupid? It's like too late now. Now we're going to get into my DNFs this year. So there's only 3, luckily. The first one, yeah. If you're surprised, you should be, because I thought I was going to eat this book up. It's a sports romance, a ballerina and a football player. First of all, if you don't know, I danced growing up and I loved ballet. So I was like, oh my god, I'm going to eat this up. I'm going to love it. But I simply just did not. I don't even really know why, because, no, I do. I do know why. I went into this book thinking I was going to love it, and I DNF'd it. Like, I had to force myself to read up to the point that I did. And it was basically just because of the romance. The romance was just not believable. It was not a slow burn. I don't even know because I didn't finish it. But I just thought it was cringy, and I didn't believe the romance. And it's also, spoiler trope warning, it is like best friends to lovers, but they're like clearly in love with each other from the beginning. It's also dual POV, so you know it, and it's not like, oh my god, they love each other since the beginning. It's not like that kind of fun book where you like watch them admit their feelings. No, it's just like annoying. I don't know what separates the two, but this book, it just wasn't it for me, and I was like, oh my god. So I DNF'd it. I did. I don't know what happens, and I don't think I want to know, and I probably will never read it, but it's cute, and I'm sure it's like a good filler book, like cute, quick, cheesy romance, if that's what you like. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just like at the time, this was not the book that I wanted to read and needed to read, and I was trying to force myself to, and so I ended up DNFing it. The next book I DNF'd, it's not like a permanent DNF. Like, this one I have like no intentions of going back to. This one I full on have intentions of going back to, and it is Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. And I've heard so many good things, and I got to like 50%, and there's so many good quotes, and I was actually enjoying it. It's a memoir, and I just had never read one before, and I was like trying to sit down and read it with like one sitting. I wasn't like reading it or picking it up when I felt like it and reading like little snippets of her story. No, I was like sitting there trying to read it like a full book, and I think that's where I went wrong, because I think if I had just like picked it up in between other things and like read a little bit here and there, I would have liked it a lot more. But I was just getting bored by just reading it, just this by itself, and so I ended up not finishing it, and I haven't picked it back up, and I just stuck it in that pile and like didn't look at it again. But I really think I might keep it and try to reread some of it next year. I don't know, I've heard so many good things. Like, people love this book, and the quotes are so good. I've seen quotes from it, and I'm just like, oh my god. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts if you've read this one. Okay, and then the last book that I just recently DNF'd is Layla. So I started this in October. So if you saw my November wrap-up, you saw me talk about this book a little bit already, so I'm just going to briefly talk about it. But I started this in October for the spooky, creepy vibes, and it did deliver that, but I just never finished it. And then November came, and Iron Flame came out, and I went to Iron Flame, and then I've not gone back, and I don't think I'm going to, so I'm calling it a DNF. And it's not like boring, it's entertaining, it's just I don't like anybody. I don't root for the characters, especially the man. I don't like the man, no. But I am curious to see what happens, so I feel like I'll finish it eventually, just not in the near future. So it's going in here as my DNF. That's unfortunate that this is at the top, but maybe I'll switch them, because this one gives like more of a Christmas vibe. Okay, those are literally all the books I have, so I don't know, let me get you closer. Here's my book tree. Oh my god, I just realized, look at all this space, and it's shoved in the corner because I was sitting there. Should I add more books? Yeah, I'm gonna add more books. Okay, hold. Alright, I got more books. I just feel like we need more. So, my book tree. Oh my gosh. It's fine. Okay, I got some more books. These are all like OG books. I've thought about getting rid of, but I just know I can't part with them because there's like a special place in my heart with them. So first, we have the selection series. And before the beginning of this year, I was like, should I get rid of them? Like, do I think I'm going to reread them? And then I actually reread them. So I'm going to be keeping these for sure. But I just needed some more books. So we're going to add these. And then we have my matched series, which have seen some better days, as you can see. They're very old. And this one I literally stole from my middle school library on accident. And they've just been through a lot. You can literally see the library thing on there. And yeah, but I might reread them. Actually, I reread them last year, I think. So there you go. But I am keeping these as well. This is not looking sturdy. This is gonna last not very long with my dogs, but okay. Then we have In a Heartbeat by Loretta Ellsworth. If you know this book, if you've read this book, I want to be your best friend because literally no one knows this book, at least that I've seen and talked to. But I read this in middle school and I was obsessed with this book. Literally obsessed with this book. I reread it last year, I'm pretty sure, the year before, and I still cried. Like, it's just has such a special place in my heart, and it's so nostalgic, and it's actually good. So if you haven't read this book, you should read it because it's actually good. And I read this literally so young. I'm actually concerned with my tree. I should put like a little ornament on top. Okay, my book tree is finished. I'm gonna put something on it to make it more festive, so I'll be right back. I have to get up without knocking this over. Okay, I got my little cutie guy from Barnes & Noble, and we're just gonna sit him on top. Is he crooked? How cute is that? It's adorable. I'm like, ooh. Me trying to squeeze in this little spot is hilarious. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Sorry it was kind of random, and halfway through I was like, is this dumb? You can tell me if it is. Hopefully you can make a better book tree than me, but I hope you enjoyed watching me build my book tree and talk about the books I've DNF'd, the books I was thinking about unhauling, and the books that are just like OG nostalgic books for me. So yeah, thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!